naman.
Kasi pag full yung friends. Yun.
Pero yun yung makaalam ng maraming bagay tungkol dito kay Miss In. I-add nyo lang siya sa kanyang IGN in Panda. Yes, with an accent of Panda. Pero yun nga, Panda, in Panda, i-add nyo lang siya sa kanyang LOL. And kung gusto nyo makipaglaro, swerte kayo dahil nga, I think, mapupuno na yata yung body list niya. And good luck sa lahat ng mga gustong maging friend itong si Miss In. Pero yun nga, ayan, bago rin doon, tatanong sa'yo, kung nag-aaral ka pa ngayon or nag-work ka na, saan at anong...
I'm studying, nag-aaral ako ng first year, I'm going to second year college, accountancy at Pampanga, AUF. Yes.
So, sa Pampanga ka nag-aaral ngayon?
Yes.
Anong year mo na ulit?
Second year.
Second year, anong course?
Accountancy.
Accountancy! Grabe nito, napakahirap ng accountancy sa buhay natin. Pero yun nga, sa lahat ng hindi nakakalam, siya po ay nag-aaral sa Pampanga, hindi ko alam ulit kung saan, pero yung course ng accountancy at second year na po siya sa mga pagkakataong ito. Maraming curious, maraming nagtatanong, ilang taon ka na raw?
18.
18! Ayan, ibang level na dito sa ating GPL ngayon, and gaya nga na sinabi ko kanina, kung gusto mong magkaroon ng maraming information about dito kay Miss In, i-add nyo na siya sa kanyang IGN na In Panda. Gaya naman dito sa ating, ayan, tatanong ko naman sa'yo ngayon. Kailangan nag-umpisang mag-LOL or kung paano ka nainganyo maglaro ng League of Legends?
Actually, sa mga friends ko, inaya nila ako maglaro din. Kasi dati, Dota player din. I got into it. Then, sabi, maglaro ka na ng LOL. Ayoko. Hindi na ngayon, minsan lang. Tapos lahat sila nagpanda IGN, para lang tapos ako kasi in Panda, then lahat sila papasok ko, what the hell, ba't puro Panda pangalan nyo? Like, gano'n, and then I started, nagustuhan ko.
So parang doon nag-umpisa ang paglalaro mo ng LOL dahil ganyo ka ng mga friends mo at ang ginawa nila is nagpangalan sila lahat ng Panda sa kanilang IGN, and then nagulat ka nga doon. And yun yung nagpaglaro sa'yo ng LOL. Bukod doon, gusto ko rin pala malaman kung sino yung first champion na ginamit mo dito sa ating League of Legends?
I think si Ash.
Yeah. Ash. Well, siguro naman na talagang yun ang magiging first champion mo dahil sa tutorial, makikita mong si Ash ang gamit mo.
Totoo yan!
And using Ash as your first champion dito sa ating League of Legends, ano yung first impression mo sa paglalaro ng LOL?
Well, cute siya. As in, for a girl gamer, diba? Kasi gusto ko talaga pag naglalaro ako, yung graphics maganda. And I saw naman yung time na naglaro ako, ang ganda ng graphics. Then may skins ka. Natuwa ko lalo. So, I have to be better here. Ganun.
Yes, tama yan. And gaya nga sinabi natin, you have to be better here. Pero yun nga, yes. Pero yun, lahat ng mga ka-tune in pa lang, laban ngayon ng Manila Eagles versus the BKT Bangkok Titans ngayong gabi. And so far sa ngayon, ayan, naghihintayin pa tayo sa ating lobby. At naghihintay pa na bago mag-start kasi medyo meron pang mga difficulties sa issues sa ating mga technical. Pero eto ang ating schedule for tonight. April 20 for tonight, ano yung mga laban na masasaksihan ng mga tao ngayon na nanonood sa ating GPL? Miss In, do the honor. Ano yung babasa mo? April 20.
April 20, Hunters versus HQ. Bangkok Titans versus Manila Eagles, and Saigon Jokers versus
Saigon Fantastic 5. Ayan, mamayang 9 PM after ng match between the Bangkok Titans and the Eagles, we have the Saigon Jokers and the Fantastic 5. Kung kaya abang-abang lang tayo, iba na ang ligang ito. And hindi na biro ang possible na mangyari ngayong gabi. Knowing na ang magkalaban ngayon ay ang Manila Eagles at ang BKT. Take note, Manila Eagles at ang BKT ngayon ay ang dalawang team na nasa pinakababa at pinakababa pa na pwede pang bumaba dito sa ating liga. So kung mapapansin nyo sa ating standing, pareho silang 4 wins.
They have the same win-loss ratio.
Yes, halos pareho sila. Pareho talaga sila.
Yeah.
Sila halos exactly na parang mirrored itong dalawang team na ito. Pero ngayong gabi, malalaman natin kung sino sa dalawang team na ito ang talagang mabigat na team. Kung sino sa dalawang ito talaga ang may papakitang gilas dito sa ating GPL.
Either bumaba yung MLE or tumaas yung Bangkok.
Oh, yes, let's see kung ano yung pwede mangyari dito. Pero eto, discussion tayo sa mga nangyari sa mga previous matches nila. Kahapon, Manila Eagles versus the KLH. TPA yata kagabi, yes. TPA kagabi, and nakita natin kung paano sila na-dominate ng kanilang kalaban. As you can see, ang naging problema ng Manila Eagles is wala silang tower objective wala silang objective. Well, nakuha nila yung first dragon, second dragon, pero hindi naging effective yun para makabawi sila sa laban. Yung strategy kasi ng TPA, it's all about getting the turret, sa top turret muna, and then the rest, sama-sama na sila buong pamilya. Ganun ang ginawa ng Manila Eagles before nung kalaban nila yung TPA na muntik nilang matalo. At natalo nila yung KLH and SAJ, I think yung SF5 as well. Yung dalawang team na yun, natalo nila nung mga nakaraang linggo. At ang strategy nila dito is lagi sila nag-i-stick. Kapag dumabot na ng I think around mid-game na, lagi sila magkakasama. Yun naman talaga ang strategy dito sa LOL. Yun ang maging advantage nila.
And skill shot, very important.
Yes. Dito naman sa BKT, we have last week, nakita ko yung laban nila kagabi versus the KLH and hindi effective almost yung mga ginawa nila kahapon. They have the Malphite, they have Ezreal combo dito, pero hindi naging effective kasi medyo miscommunication sa kanilang team. So let's see kung ano yung pwede nilang gawin ngayong gabi versus the Manila Eagles. Game muna tayo, game start na tayo, Manila Eagles versus the Bangkok Titans ngayong gabi. Ayan, so far kitang-kita naman natin ang first ban dito ng BKT ay si Kale Blitzcrank. So ano sa tingin mo, bakit having Kale for the Manila Eagles and Blitzcrank dito? Ano yung sa tingin mong possibilities kung bakit nila binanyin?
Well, yung Kale muna, kasi yung ultimate skill niya is very important siya. I mean, makakapag, ano siya, like,
Save a champion.
save a champion, then hindi ka matama ng skills and mamamatay ka na because of intervention. Grabe,
Divine intervention yung kanyang
save ka. And Blitzcrank, of course, si Astarte, diba? Best Blitzcrank according.
For the GPL,
Yeah.
for the Southeast Asia GPL na yan.
Si Astarte, and Blitzcrank can dominate the game. I mean, pwede siya magbaliktad ng game because of the hook, the rocket
grab.
Yeah. And yun yung mga type na kailangan natin i-ban. Ano yun yung kailangan i-ban lagi? I mean, iwasan.
Well, having Blitzcrank sa inyong lineup, gaya nga sinabi natin, bukod sa nakakatakot ito kapag ginamit ni MLE Astarte, itong Blitzcrank kasi ay game-changing champion talaga. Hindi niya kailangan mag-farm ng sobra. Kailangan lang niya ng, as a support champion, kailangan mo lang talaga ng sobrang focus sa pag-awards dito. Pero having Blitzcrank sa inyong lineup, kapag nakapag-random rocket grab ito, and yung champion pa na nahuli ninyo, yung kanyang uppercut, yung kanyang silence, yung kanyang SS, nagkasabay-sabay na, burado ka sa mapa dito, and paalam kaibigan. Ganoon din naman ang kanilang third ban dito, we have Elise ni Emily Hate.
Yeah. Masakit kasi si Elise, especially on top. Tapos pag na-stun ka niya, tapos pag may mapapatay mo na siya, then mulilip lang siya. Kaya, diba? Nakakainis yung gano'n.
Yes, sobrang nanghirap mapigilan ng Elise champion dito. We have here si Elise, yung kanyang cocoon.
Yeah.
Yung first and second skill niya, na kung saan yung first skill niya is single target damage, pero ang nagagawa nito is nakadepende sa percentage ng HP ng iyong kalaban. Yung current HP ng kalaban mo. So, sobrang laki ng advantage sa kanya. Lalo na kapag nag-spider form siya, ganun din yung bawas na nagagawa nun. So, we have there as well yung kanyang rappel, kung saan nakakatakbo siya kapag nag-engage sa kanya yung kalaban at makakapili siya kung kanino siya pupunta dito. We have here naman dito ang band ng Manila Eagles. We have Shen, Diana, and Rice. No questions asked dito. Diana ni Toys. Diana ni Roy yun. Sorry. Medyo na-TPA tayo dito. Pero yun nga, Rice ni Roy din as well. Ito kasi si Rice yung ginamit niya last game sa KLH. And we have Shen din dito as well. Shen naman is a champion na sobrang nakatakot yung global presence niya.
Yes, global presence.
United we stand at kahit
i-gank niya anywhere.
Well, kanina nanonood ako ng laban ni James Spade sa kanyang account and nakita ko itong si Shen. Grabe yung buhay niya. Actually, kalahati na lang buhay ng kanyang kalaban. Nung pamapatay na sana nila ng team nila, pero United we stand itong si Shen. Napuno ulit ang buhay niya dahil doon. Sobrang laki ng shield na binibigay sa kanya. Pero ito naman, first pick natin para sa Bangkok Titans. For sure, kapag binan si Blitzcrank at naiiwan na nakabukas si Thresh, kukunin ka agad yan.
Yes. Kasi,
We have here.
dalawa sila ang nag-hook. And nakapag-change game sila, nakapagbalik na ng game. It's a very big. Try ko si Josh, ang hirap ng fairness. Nakakasakit sa buhay.
Yes, yung champion ito ay hindi ganun kadaling gamitin.
Yes.
Kasi kapag ginamit yung death sentence niya, para siyang bukod sa kapag may tinamaan ito, madi-disable yung kanyang kalaban. Passive, kasi kapag binato mo yung death sentence, so papasin mo, hihinto rin siya. So, sobrang vulnerable niya sa kahit anong pwedeng gawin ng kanyang ng kalaban niya kapag ginamit niya yung kanyang death sentence. Pero sobrang effective ng champion ito kapag sa bottom lane yung the box niya.
Yeah,
We have yung yung lantern, yes, yung para mag-save yung kanyang kalaban. At yung effectiveness niya sa lane talaga is sobrang impressive.
Yes. As long as yung skill shots ay very perfect and wala tayong masabi na lahat tumatama, di ba?
Pero yun nga, having Thresh as in your sa inyong lineup, advantage para sa team ninyo.
Advantage yan. Especially pag level 1 fights, pag na-ka or intense levels.
Take note, banning kill and banning blitzcrank as well, plus Elise, ang daming champion na na-open para sa Manila Eagles.
Yes.
We have here Kha'Zix, we have here Jarvan, at ang si Emily BY going to use Ezreal. So for sure, makakakita na naman tayo ng Ezreal with the Spirit of the Elder Lizard, Ezreal with the Frostborn Gauntlet, and the Ionian Boots, and the Tear, and the Last Whisper. Usong-uso yan ngayon sa rank games, and sobrang effective ng champion nito dahil kapag nahuli ka ng isang mystic shot, 2.4 seconds ang cooldown nito. So more or less, yung nagagawa niyang damage output sa kanyang kalaban,
Masakit siya.
yes, wala kang takbo dito, kaibigan.
Yes, slow ka pa.
Pero yun, sa tingin mo, having Jarvan and Kha'Zix sa kanilang combo,
I think maganda naman yung line up because kunwari tumalon si Jarvan, then papasok si Kha'Zix, then okay, nag-pick siya ng Ari. Then maganda yung line up nila. But feeling ko mas favor pa rin ako sa BKT because Kasadin. Yeah, yung lineup nila pag mas maganda yung combo na mabibitawan nila since yung silence si Kasadin, then yung hook in the sentence ni Thresh, then si Rumble din masikip yung niya, yung split spin,
unstoppable, I think yung kanyang equalizer,
yeah,
yung ultimate skill niya.
Sakit sila. Pero medyo kaya naman i-crowd control ng MLE yung kontra ng PKT.
Pero having dito, gaya na sinabi na before ni Kadjo, ang nauso talaga ngayon is yung more on AP burst champions ang mga gamitin nyo dito. Dahil sa ating season 3 ngayon, sa ating patch na ngayon ay wala nang force of nature. Nagbibigay ng advantage para sa mga AP champions na mag-dominate sa mga lane. Ganoon din naman sa mga clashes natin. Kasi kahit mag-warmogs ka, kahit anong item pa ang gamitin mo na may pamparami ng buhay, mag-stack ang yung health, tatagos pa rin yun eh. Ganun pa rin kalaki yung damage output niya, pero yung HP mo, malaki lang. So more or less, meron tayong ditong Rumble, we have here yung Kasadin, against dito kay Ari, and dito kay Kha'Zix. So Kha'Zix versus kay Leia sa top lane,
Yes.
I think it's going to be a good fight. Kasi having Kha'Zix and ito AP versus AD champion ito. Tignan natin kung ano yung runes nila while we have 3 minutes left. Delay para dito sa ating spectator mode. We have BKT Leia. Ang kanyang runes 8.5 magic penetration, magic resist 18, 8.0, 4.5% movement speed, ganoon naman 13 armor, and magic resist 6.7. Kay ND din naman ang kanilang jungler, we have 4.0 magic resist, 16 magic resist at level 18, 4.5% movement speed, attack speed plus 15%, and armor plus 13. Dito naman tayo kay Roy Hu na kanilang mid lane. Kasadin using magic penetration 7, power plus 15, magic resist, and 13 armor. Take note, ang kalaban niya dito ay si Ari na meron na AP-based champion. We have here 11 magic resist, physical damage, and 13 armor. Para dito kay which sobrang sobrang flat nung kanyang runes dito. Pero having dito kay kay skills, we have 78 health, 6.7 magic resist, 15% attack speed, and 15 armor. It's kind of unusual na makita natin dito. Wala siyang GP10. And ano sa tingin mo dito yung natin yung runes naman dito ni Emily Hate?
And Emily Hate have 5.1 armor penetration, 12 magic resist, 11 physical damage, and 13 armor. And kay MLE PF naman ay 5.1 armor penetration, 13 armor, 24 magic resist at level 18, 10% attack speed, and 5.1 physical damage. Then kay MLE Chok, magic penetration 8.5, mana regen 3.7, ability power 15, and magic resist 11. And kay MLE VYY, lifesteal bonus 6%, mana regen 3, magic resist 8.0, armor 13, critical chance 0.93%, and physical damage is 7.6.
Then, Magic Regen, ano naman, kay MLE Astarte, Mana Regen is 2.8, Health 87, and Armor 19.
Yes, kung mapapansin mo, itong si Emily Starte ay nakafocus lang sa kanyang, yung runes niya is nakafocus sa kanyang tankiness. So,
Yes.
kailangan niya talaga ditong
Tanky.
maging matibay para sa kanyang kalaban.
Yes.
Having kasi ang kanilang katapat dito is itong si Thresh. Si Thresh kasi itong champion nito ay kapag meron siyang tinamaan sa death sentence dito. Well, knowing niya yung kanilang support kasi dito eh, syempre umaabang lang sa bush yan.
Yes.
So malaki yung possibilities na matamaan yung kanilang support kapag gumamit ng random bato
Yes.
ng lantern itong si skills sa kanyang sa bushes dito sa Manila Eagles. Pero having Tristana versus kay VYY, sa tingin mo sino yung magdo-dominate sa bottom lane dito? Two champions.
Feeling ko mag-dominate si la VYY. Kasi okay, wait. Mas magdo-dominate ang I think, yung ability power, I mean, not ability, yung skill range niya is, than Tristana. Mas pwede ma-skill shot yung kalaban. Para sa akin yung ganun siya.
Well, the only advantage, I think, itong si Tristana and Thresh combo
yes.
versus kay Ezreal and Inferno, kay Alistar. Itong si Tristana, meron kasi siyang mataas na talon dito. Kung saan naatakbo siya sa kanyang kalaban. And take note, mas malayo yung range ng kanyang leap compared dito sa essence stocks ni Ezreal dito. Kung kaya tayo na naging advantage dito, he also have Thresh to save him. Yung
Yes.
gagamitin yung kanyang lantern to secure yung kanilang pagtakbo dito.
Yes.
And dagdag sa kanyang escape mechanism dito, we have din naman dito, meron siyang cleanse to assure yung kanyang pagka-disable dito, hindi siya magano na ma-disable.
Yes.
Pero take note,
Alistar.
advantage para kay VYY na meron siyang barrier instead of getting a cleanse as well. Pero yun nga, kapag nagkaroon ng sabayan dito, kapag nag-exhaust itong si Astarte kay Tristana, ang mangyayari is kapag gumamit siya ng cleanse, pwede silang pumalag.
Yes.
Pero yung barrier naman dito kay Ezreal, yun din yung advantage nila against sa kanilang mga kalaban. Dahil kaya niya mag-survive
Pag
ng 2 seconds
nababurst
dagdag
siya.
sa kanya.
Nababurst.
Gaya ng sinabi ni Emily VYY kanina, sa kanyang Ask Me Anything, kapag meron kang barrier, para tong pero meron ka agad na Giant's Belt
Yeah.
na naka-improvise dito. Ito, Miss In, tingin mo kapag nagkaroon ng level 1 team fight dito, nagkasalubong ang dalawang koponan dito, sino yung mag-dominate?
I think magdo-dominate ang MLE. Hindi, for first levels, since ang first skills nila na ilalagay, kunyari si Ari Charm, si Thresh That Sentence, I think, depende pa rin yan sa kung paano nila execute ng maayos yung skill
Yes,
shots
lahat ng
nila.
bagay talaga yung nakadepende sa kung paano mo didiskarte yan dito ang laban natin. Pero so far, MLE got the first reward dito sa kanilang bush. At dahil nga doon, advantage for them. Kung mapapansin nyo dito, meron na silang ward kagad, vision ward kagad para sa Manila Eagles. So far, eto ang nakikita ngayon ng BKT. At eto naman na nakikita ngayon ng Manila Eagles. Halos pareha sila na nakikita. Secure yung kanilang mga jungle buff dito.
Yes.
As well din naman yung kung magagank man ng kanilang mga kalaban, safe na safe ang kanilang mga lanes dito.
Yes.
So far, having personally, I think, kapag nagkaroon ng level 1 team fight dito, having Kha'Zix, Jarvan, Ari combo dito sa Manila Eagles, sila yung magiging ng advantage. Kapag natamaan ng charm, if ever mayroong charm itong si Emily Chok, mababaliw ang kanilang kalaban dito. Isang champion kagad ang disable sa kanila, patungan mo pa ng pulverize itong si Alistar, yung poke damage siya pwedeng gawin itong si Kha'Zix, plus yung flag na meron itong si Emily PF using Jarvan.
Yes.
Pero naman dito naman sa atin sa BKT, so far, eto na. Standard tayo sa lahat. Walang agawan dito ng blue buff or red buff. At normal na normal ang early game natin dito.
Yes.
So far, tingin mo kapag nagkaroon ba, ito since early game pa lang tayo, since tingin mo sa early game yung maglalamang dito, first of all, punta tayo sa top lane. Team, ayan, medyo nag-adjust dito ang BKT. Kasi, kung mapapansin mo, nakita natin kanina naka 13 armor na runes itong si Kassadin.
Yes, 13
So, umiiwas siya kay Ari. Well, probably, pangontra kasi yata ito, I think, may high possibility na lumamang itong si Ari dito kay Kassadin.
Yes, kasi ganito sa runes nila, mas mataas yung flat si Ari. flat
yung magic
80.
penetration niya,
Yeah.
compare mo dito kay Roy Hun, is medyo in advantage for him. So
Yes.
tuloy-tuloy pa rin kita naman natin dito na nagkakabangan ng magkabilang panig. So far, parehong kinuha ng ating mga jungle, ang
Yeah,
blue and red buff nila.
nila.
And so far, sa mga
So, wala namang
pagkakataon
away
ito is,
sa buff.
hindi ba sila ganun ang gumagang kagad?
Hindi.
I think nag-stop yata yung ating
Wala masabi.
medyo nagkaroon tayo ng issue pero tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang bakbakan sa lahat ng di nakakita. Tuloy pa rin tayo dito. Pinasok
Ayan!
na ngayon.
Pinasok
Yes, natin. Grabe. Ginamit niya ang kanyang pulverize. Nag-flash in
First
siya.
blood. First
Sabi ko na nga ba.
blood.
Ito, using Kha'Zix, kasi ako, Kha'Zix player ako eh. Kapag nag-level 2, level 3 ka dito, secure mo agad ang kill mo sa kalaban mo.
Yes.
Kasi, meron ka na ditong Taste Their Fear, meron ka ng Void Spike, at meron ka pang Leap.
Yeah.
Kapag isolated yung kalaban mo dito, sobrang solid ng damage output na magagawa ng iyong Void, ng Taste Their Fear dito. Double damage almost yung kanyang skill dito. And take note, ang kanyang kalaban ay si Kassadin lang, which is a champion na AP champion. Kung papasin mo, ayan lang ang HP niya, 589. So kapag na-combo ito kagad ni Kha'Zix, plus yung Ignite pa, matutunan ko kagad dito Kassadin. Pero so far, having sa bottom lane, kita naman natin na patay-patay. Pero
At
bigay
ayan
nila yan,
po.
ang ano ba kanya buhay? Ginamit ang charm, itong si Emily Chok at binato niya ng kanyang magic orb. So far, they got the 2 kills so far and 1k advantage sa mga pagkakataong ito.
Yes.
Do you think it's a good vibes ba sa mga pagkakataong ito versus the BKT itong Manila Eagles
Yes,
natin?
feeling ko ito na yung powers for MLE.
Yes.
Ano na sila eh. What do you call that? Lumalamang na.
Nagpapakitang ano na sila eh, nagpapakitang gilas.
Yes.
And kami Manila Eagles kami, hindi kami basta-basta mabibigyan ng ano dito, ng mababang tawag dito ranking.
Yes.
Kaya magpapakita sila ngayon. So far, eto, top lane, 17. Medyo mali yung ano natin kasi nag-soft lane sila eh. Eto, napapalitan natin. So far, Kassadin,
Ayan,
andito
pogi
sa
na.
top lane. Pero kita mo naman nilip na lash out na si Roy Hun. Pero di kaya siya makatakbo dito. Knowing na merong red buff. Etong si Emily
walang
PF,
ignite.
hinahapon niya ngayon
Ayan,
ang kanyang
ignite.
kalaban. Ginamit niya ang kanyang ignite. BKT Roy Hun, slain Emily PF. Pero grabe ang ginawa niya doon. Sobrang asim ng Manila Eagles doon. Double kill para kay Kassadin dito. In favor pa rin iyon sa BKT.
Yes, kasi
Take note.
two kills.
Two kills pa.
2 for 1.
Kasi
That's
having the turret sa tabi mo, para ka ditong tawag dito, para kang lumaban sa tatlong champion na
sobrang taas ang damage ng
sobrang
tower.
taas ng damage output dito. Dahil habang tumatagal, mas sumasakit ang damage na binibigay sa'yo ng mga turret dito sa League of Legends. So hindi biro mga pwedeng gawin dito. So far, eto na. At least, napa-flash nila doon si Kassadin. At bukod doon, nabigyan din nila ng advantage yung kanilang ginawa dahil napatay nila yung champion na yun. Well, kung hindi nila napatay yung si Kassadin doon, pero namatay si Jarvan, sobrang sayang.
Yeah.
Pero so far, pumapansin mo sa CS natin, lamang si VYY sa bottom lane versus dito kay Witch.
Ng
And,
minions.
almost 8 CS ang kanya lamang dito.
Right.
In favor dito sa ating Manila Eagles. So far, 2 Doran's Blade ang binuo nitong si Tristana. Pinasok na ngayon ni Emily Astarte. Grabe ang ginagawa niyang damage output
Ayan,
dito. So far,
that's that.
as you can see, ang ganda ng nagagawa nitong lantern na ito.
Yes. Kasi it gives you a shield.
Yung shield na binibigay dito, kaya mong may pagsabayan. So I think, ito yung isang rason kung bakit hindi na niya kailangan mag-barrier.
Yes. Ano na lang, ano ba kinuha? Cleanse.
Yes. We have here, kitang-kita mo naman ang ginagawang damage output dito kay Emily Astarte. Having the sobrang proc na kanyang armor. Nagkakaroon ng bakbakan nito. Tatlong champion ng Manila Eagles ang nasa bottom lane. Skills, nanganganib ang kanyang buhay pero pinasok ni NDD. Si Emily PYY, heal galing dito kay Astarte. Tinalo ni Witch, exhausted dito. Ginamit ang kanyang cleanse pero pinapasok ngayon ni Emily PYY. PYY got Witch life pero so far hinabol ngayon ni Emily PF. Tinalo na kanyang kalaban. Ginamitan ng lantern dito para masave ang kanyang sarili. Grabe tumalon sa tower doon. Sobrang effective talaga nang mapapansin mo.
Nung lantern.
Nung lantern na yun.
Grabe. Nakatakas siya agad.
Bukod sa nakatakas siya, nagamit pa niya yung effectiveness ng kanyang skill.
Yes.
And the advantage for them sa mga pangkakataon na yun. Pero, take note, nakuha ng isang kill doon ang Manila Eagles. And ganoon din naman sa...
That's 1 for 1.
Yes, 1 for 1 exchange. Well, it's in favor of... I think in favor yun sa BKT sa mga pangyayaring yun dahil nakuha nila yung buhay ng ADR. Pero so far, eto na. BKT Roy, nanganib ang kanyang buhay dito. MLE hate, paasim nga ba? Papasok sa loob. Well, knowing na ang kanyang kalaban ay level 6 na, kaso din is now at level 6. And for sure, yung kanyang, yung rift walk niya dito ay igigay niya ng advantage sa mga pagkakataong ito. Pero tingin mo yan, Miss In, sa mga pagkakataong ito, so far, kitang-kita naman natin na in favor sa Manila Eagles sa mga pangyayari.
Yes.
So sa tingin mo, kapag ba nag-late game pa ito, around mid-game, kung nagpatuloy bang ganito ang ginagawa ng Manila Eagles, ay masisecure nila ang pagpanalo dito.
Yes. I think masisecure nila. I think, let's say the CS, lamang halos, lang yung mga champions sa CS nila. I think masisecure nila yung mga kills kung if ever magka-clash man. And knowing na yung mga level gaps.
Yes, yung mga level advantage dito. So far, we're seeing na meron na ngayong Spirit Stone itong si MLE VYY at wala nang kadududa na ang bubuhay niya ngayon ay Spirit of the Elder Lizard.
Yes.
At dahil natin mukhang maging advantage sa kanya. Pero tinamaan siya ng death sentence. Gumamit
At
siya ng
the
excessive blocks
flash.
para makatakbo palabas. So far, tinulak
Ay,
ngayon ni MLE Starte si Witch para makasecure ng pagkaligtas dito kaya MLE VYY. And I think itong si Alistar ay pinili ng Manila Eagles to counter itong si Tristana. Kasi kapag pumasok si Tristana, we have here yung Alistar na para mag-pulverize lang and masecure niya na maliligtas niya itong si VYY. Every time, tatalon sa kanya si Witch.
Yes.
So tingin mo sa mga pagkakataong ito, we have here na ngayon yung advantage para ito kay Ezreal. Yung kanyang elixir. Meron siyang elixir kasi dito which is nagbibigay sa kanya ng I think around 25 yata or 20 na damage dito para magbigay sa kanya lalo ng advantage sa kanyang lane. Advantage lalo at health pa nabibigay sa kanya. Pero so far, eto na, Jarvan, mukhang si Emily PF ay magbabalak sa bottom lane. Hindi niya alam na nandun si Yenny sa likod. Pero pinasok ng SKLC dito. Ginamitan ng Cataclysm.
Very good.
Skills goes down. Ang ganda ng ginawa to ni Emily PF na ginamit niya kanyang Cataclysm para doon kay
Masecure
Trash.
ang
So far, kita
kill.
naman natin. Yes, pinasok ngayon ni Emily PF ang kanilang kalaban, which nanganib ang kanyang buhay. Disengage para sa kanila. Ano yung sa tingin mo naging mali doon ni Trash in?
I think yung nung pinasok niya, kasi akala niya magdo-dominate sila since nandun naman si Nautilus. But, syempre, nagulat din naman na ginamit ni Jarvan yung catechism niya. It was a very good gameplay.
Yes, without knowing na meron ward dito ang Manila Eagles, naging advantage para sa kanila. Pero Emily Vioy, nanganib ba kanyang buhay? Grabe. Gaya nga ng sinabi ko, pulverize galing dito kay Alistar ay magbibigay sa kanilang advantage to secure yung kanilang pagkaligtas sa bawat initiate attempt nitong si BKT Witch. As you can see, pangalawang base na niya tumalon doon. And pangalawang base na rin siyang napigilan ni Emily Astarte.
Yes.
And so far sa mga pagkakataong ito, humahabol ngayon si Tristana sa kanyang CS against dito kay Ezreal, knowing na umuwi ngayon si Ezreal. Pero take note, meron ng Spirit of the Elder Lizard ngayon. Itong si Ezreal. At sa mga pagkakataong ito, gagang ngayon ni Emily Chok ang top lane. So far, tatlong champion ng Manila Eagles na dito, pero dito mama kanyang charm. So close. So
Sayang.
close. Sayang. Konti na lang sana. Pero ito na. Since nagkakaroon pa tayo ng kalmadong buhay dito,
At nag-true shot.
tignan mo natin kung saan napupunta pinaka-gold bag natin. Eto, so far, eto, kung mapapansin mo, 3k gold lang napupunta dito kay Tristana. And so far, dahil doon, alam natin na ang advantage na nasa bottom lane.
Yes.
Ganoon din naman dito sa ating Manila Eagles so far. Top lane namang against dito kay Royhun. Ganoon din naman sa ating bottom lane as well. At yung mid lane natin versus kay Rumble.
Lamang sila ng 1k gold.
So more or less namang ating Manila Eagles sa mga pagkakataong ito. 2k gold advantage in favor of the Manila Eagles at this point of time. At dahil nga doon, ang BKT sigurado na choke sa mga pagkakataong ito. Hindi ganoon naging effective itong si Kassadin versus dito kay Kha'Zix. Knowing Kha'Zix versus Kassadin is advantage talaga para dito kay Kha'Zix.
Yes.
Kasi itong si Kha'Zix is champion na talagang AD bruiser na kung saan assassin champion nga siya kung may halin tulad mo siya, pwede mo siyang i-compare kay LeBlanc, pwedeng dito kay Akali, yung mga champion na AP natin na sobrang bilis makapatay ng champion. Pero having dito kay Kassadin, as you can see, ang kailangan lang niyang gawin dito is makapag-farm na sigurado. Para kapag nagkaroon ng team fight dito, dahil yung kanyang Rift Fork, mabilis lang yung cooldown yan So advantage for them. So far, having the Spirit of the Elder Lizard dito kay Ezreal sa bottom lane. Bukod sa meron siyang sunog-sunog effect dito, yung kanyang improvise red buff dito, is meron siyang cooldown reduction na nagbibigay sa kanya lalo ng advantage pagdating sa mga laning phase. Pero yun nga, magkakaroon ng bakbakan sa bottom lane. So far, nakakuha ngayon.
At
Kukunin
may
yata.
Vision Ward na nakasecure doon.
Yes, eto, ang maganda sa laban natin sa ligang ito.
Puro vision.
Ang bawat lugar dito ng mga vision ward. So,
Yes.
kapag nagkaroon ng gank attempt dito from the Manila Eagles, kitang-kita mo naman. Dito sa bush na ito, meron silang vision ward. Dito sa bush na ito, meron silang vision ward. Kung kaya kapag nag-gank dito si MLE PF, hindi malalaman ito ng BKT.
Yes.
So far, ito ang mapa ngayon ng BKT at alam nila if ever mag-attempt ng Dragon
Triple
Fight ang Manila
MLE.
Eagles. Pero so far, ito ang vision ngayon ng Manila Eagles. Ito na, magkakaroon yata dito ng bakbakan so far. At naghihintayan dito, Manila Eagles versus the BKT dito sa Dragon Fight. So far, ayun, nakuha ng Manila Eagles ang Dragon. Pero MLE static gamitin ng equalizer ngayon. Itong si Leia, pero Cataclysm galing kay Jarvan. Tumalon si Witch, papasok. MLE PF goes down. Ganoon naman si Chok, nakakuha ang buhay ngayon ni NDD. Pero Witch na nga rin ba kanyang buhay dito? Dalawang champion ng Manila Eagles ang kanyang nakasalubong. Double kill para kay Leia. BYY pumasok sa loob. Triple kill para dito kay Leia. At kaso din responding dito, Kha'Zix versus Leia and Royun dito. Ganoon din naman si Emil. Chok na naman ng charm ngayon si Vicky ni Leia. Shutdown ngayon ang triple kill nitong si Rumble.
Yes, that's
Gaya nga
4-14.
sinabi natin kanina, hindi ganoon ka-effective yung pagpunta-punta doon lagi ni Kasa din dahil kahit lagi kang mag-revoke dyan, na napakabilis ng cooldown na yung yung tawag dito, yung ang bilis ng cooldown ng yung revoke. Take note, yung mana na kukuha mo habang tumatagal ay mas lumalaki. Pastak ng pastak ito at lalong kasi wala na siyang mana kanina nung pag-engage niya. Dahil sigurado kung mula sa top lane pa lang, ginagamit na niya yung revoke na yan. And so far sa mga pagkakataong ito, 6-9 na ang ating kills in favor of the Manila Eagles at nakuha nila ang Dragon dito in a 13-minute mark. Bukod doon, nakakuha sila ng 4 na champion ng BKT dito at ang natira ay si Roy Hood. So
That's
tingin mo,
4-4-3.
advantage na ngayon sa Manila Eagles, na laki na ng lamang nila. Almost 5k na.
Yeah, 5k na lamang. May malaking advantage ng MLE for this game.
Ano yung sa tingin mo pwedeng gawin ng BKT dito?
More
to
farm.
secure yung kanilang
Tsaka more defensive type na muna sila. And less attack.
Yes, kailangan nila mag-focus dito sa kanilang tawag dito sa kanilang mga lanes na yung pag-secure ng mga wards nila, yung buff nila, and kailangan masigurado nila na hindi sila laging na bago sila mag-initiate is secure nila yung pwede nilang mangyari. Like halimbawa, bago sila mag-initiate, alam nila na walang champion na magagank doon. Kagaya kanina, Nautilus was trying to help yung bottom lane, pero hindi nila, without knowing na nandun si Jarvan, pumasok na si Thresh, Cataclysm lang para sa kanya. Wala nang nagawa doon si Jarvan. And so far sa mga pagkakataong ito, ang item ngayon ni Jarvan, kung mapapansin nyo, meron na siyang Locket of the Iron Solari. In advantage para dito sa Manila Eagles sa pagkakaroon ng item na ito. Dahil itong item na ito, ayan, nagbibigay sa inyo ng barrier sa inyong mga kampe in a short amount of time. Pero advantage pa rin dito. Pero so far, pinasok na ngayon ng Manila Eagles ng bottom lane sa kanilang turret. Sobrang asim ngayon. Ginamitan na ng ultimate ngayon si Chok. MLE PF, gumamit ng Cataclysm, pero naiwan dito si Emily Astarte. Emily Astarte na ipit ng Cataclysm dito. Hindi siya makatakbo, pero tinanong Tristana. Si Emily BYY, pero Emily BYY used his true shot barrage. 4 champions ng Manila Eagles. Ang BKT ay nasa bottom lane. Take note si Kha'Zix ay nasa mid lane.
Yeah.
So 5 versus 4 ang bakbakan na yon na nangyari sa Manila Eagles. Dahil doon unti-unting nakakahabol ang BKT sa mga pagkakataong ito. 9-10 na ang score natin, in favor pa rin dito sa ating Manila Eagles. Pero so far, hindi ganoon ka-effective ang ginagawa nila.
Yeah.
Dahil medyo umasim sila kung babasin.
Maasim-asim. Dapat nakisama si Kha'Zix para mas na-secure yung kills and mas marami silang napatay.
Yes, and naging pinaka-disadvantage din ng Manila Eagles is kung mapapansin mo, medyo pinilit nila na pumasok doon sa turret na yun. Pinasok ito ni Emily PF from behind as soon as dito siya pumasok sa likod. Si Emily Chok naman, ginamitan nila dito si Thresh at naipit. Ginamit ako ng the box. And so far yung the box na yun, yun na nabigay sa kanila ng advantage sa match na yun. Dahil halos lahat ng champion ng Manila Eagles ay nasa loob
Na-trap sa
ng the
loob.
box.
Yeah.
And ganoon din naman yung cataclysm ni Jarvan kanina, ni Emily PF, kasi when naipit doon si Alistar sa loob ng cataclysm. Well, knowing na namatay kaagad si Jarvan, hindi na niya magagamit, hindi na niya pwedeng i-deactivate kaagad yung cataclysm na yun. And so far, eto nga sinasabi ko, pumasok ngayon si Roy yun dito kay Emily PY. Emily PY na nga ba kanyang buhay. Emily PY goes down. Grabe, kitang-kita mo naman lahat
Na-secure
ng
ang kill.
skill. Lahat ng skill ng BKT dito ay ginamit nila. Equalizer, lahat na ng pwede mong gamitin dito. Kay Emily
Binitawan
PY,
na.
Bitawan na nila lahat ng pwede nilang bitawan dito. At dahil doon, nakuha na ng turret sa mid lane, first tier turret dito sa mid lane, ang BKT. And unti-unti sila nakakabawi mula nun sa mga pangyayari sa bottom lane kanina. So far, 10-10 na ang score natin.
Lamang
Pantay
pa
na.
rin.
Pantay na
Diba?
sila. Pero lamang pa rin
Parang
ng
sa
Manila
gold.
Eagles dito sa ating gold differences. And gaya nga sinabi natin kanina, kapag nagpatuloy pa ito, possible na makahabol ang BKT dito sa laban na ito. Well, having the Tristana combo, itong Tristana nito ay ang champion na pinakamalayong range sa lahat ng APR. Kung kaya advantage for them. Kapag nagkaroon ng clash, sa likod lang ako, kaibigan. And initiate lahat. Yung, kung papansin mo, most of their champions ay initiator. We have here yung Kasad din na kailangan pumasok. We have here yung si Nautilus. Kailangan pumasok din. And si Rumble para makapagbigay ng damage output. Itong si Witch, depende sa kanya kung papasok siya. Pero more on, I think, kailangan niya nga gawin dito is mag-free hit sa likod kapag nagkaroon ng teamfight.
Since lagi naman pag AD carry, lagi dapat nahuhuli sila. Since sila one of the malalambot. At madaling, pag yung AP in-attack sila, madali silang mapatay. Kaya most likely dapat either bubulaga sila sa likod, magugulat na lang yung everyone na nandun.
Kailangan na, if ever ganun ang mangyari, full force nila ang kanilang kalaban, i-FF nila itong si Tristana bago magkaroon ng teamfight. Pag nagkaroon ng teamfight dito, dahil ito yung magbibigay sa kanila ng pressure sa laban. So far, nagapang dito ang BKT at alam yata ng Manila Eagles kung ano yung possible na mangyari dito. So far, eto na. Magkakaroon ng pagpapang, pinasok na niya. Alam niyo dito, gabi ang ginawa niyo. Cataclysm. 5 champion ng BKT at tinamaan dito. Double kill para kay Emily Chok. Ignited ngayon. Itong si Tristana, Leia, naiiwan dito mag-isa. Triple kill para kay Emily Chok. Napakaganda ng ginawang pagkataclysm doon nitong si Jarvan. Walang kawala ang team ng BKT doon. Take note, eto lang ang ward nila na nandun. At eto lang nagbigay sa kanila ng vision para sa laban doon. Ay, I think, ito pala, ward pala dito ng BKT.
BKT.
Ito ang ward ng Manila Eagles. So, hindi nila na-predict, nakita sila doon ng Manila Eagles. At dahil nga doon, kukunin ngayon ng MLE ang first uncontested baron dito sa ating laban. Ano kayang gagawin dito ng BKT para makabawi sa mga pagkakataong ito? Medyo mali yung decision nila na mag-abang doon and mag-try na i-secure yung kill. Akala nila hindi sila nakikita doon.
Hindi nila nakita yung, dapat more vision.
Well, actually, prepared sila. Kaso, hindi nila alam na nandito yung ward na ito. Sobrang good ward placement para dito kay Emily Astarte sa ginawa niya doon. And still, ang ganda ng ginawa dito ng ang ganda talaga ng cataclysm ni Jarvan dito, yung kanyang paggamit ng kanyang Dimension Standard, yung Dragon Strike niya, sobrang effective. And as you can see naman, 5 champion ng BKT ang nahuli niya dito. And napilitang mag-flash ang mga champions dito ng BKT at mapilitan din tumakbo itong tumalon, itong si Tristana. And Leia as well forced to use his flash para matakbo. And gaya nga na sinabi natin kanina, medyo I think naging kampante sa mga pagkakataon ngayon ng BKT. Hindi kasi sila na-secure ng mabuti kung nasaan yung ward dito ng Manila Eagles.
Akala nila na forget na nakalamang it's time to go. Pero meron mas ma-advantage ang MLE because look at that CS of Kha'Zix.
Yes, ito na. Medyo nagtataka lang ako. Naging Iceborne Content na pala ang pangalan. Iceborne Content na pala ang pangalan nitong ating skill item dito. Pero so far, eto na, sinasabi ko. Having the 10% cooldown reduction at 10% cooldown reduction ng Spirit of the Elder Lizard, kapag meron na siyang, Ionian Boots, 15% pa ang cooldown reduction dito. So, 10 plus 10 plus 15 is equals to 35. More or less, max cooldown reduction natin ay 40%. Kaya magbibigay sa kanya ng advantage dito. At kapag gumamit siya ng Mystic Shot, take note, tignan nyo. Ito na ang sinasabi kong cooldown ng ating Mystic Shot. 2.52 seconds. So every time, bato niya ang kanyang Mystic Shot dito ay advantage for them. Pero kita naman, cataclysm na naman galing kay Jarvan. Leia goes down. Ganoon din naman dito. Itong si Skills. Pero Emery Chok got a double kill. Guarding sa mga pagkakataong ito. In favor of the Manila Eagles ang nangyari sa bottom lane.
10-17.
Yes. At sa mga pagkakataon ito, mukhang nagiging malaki na ang chance ng Manila Eagles to get this game versus the BKT. And mukhang hindi talaga sila papayag na sila ang nasa baba dito ng ating ranking sa ating GPL. Pero so far, tuloy-tuloy na dito para sa Manila Eagles.
This is a win for MLE.
Yes. And,
Maganda nga yung kanina yung pag-clash nila. Kasi nakasecure din pagka-catechism ni Jarvan. Then, pumasok si Kha'Zix. Then, nag-true shot si VYY. Yung damage nila, ang laki. Then, pag pumasok na lang sila, it was like one hit na lang yung mga champions. So, kailangan na bumalik na lang, mag-disengage na lang yung BKT. So,
kasi kahit sabihin mo lumaban sila dun sa mga pangyayari ngayon, wala silang magagawa.
Walang laban.
Kahit isang champion ng MLA, hindi nila mababurst down.
Yes.
Hindi magbibigay sa kanila ng advantage yun dahil para sila nagsakripisyo para sa wala. Dahil nga, at least it's a good job for the BKT na mag-disengage dun sa laban na yun. Dahil nga hindi nila kaya.
Hindi naman.
Still,
na-trap sila sa
mga pagkakataong ito, dahil sa mga pangyayari, yung 4 na champions na nakuha nila dito kanina, pagkuha ng Dragon, pagkuha ng Baron, pagkuha ng turret dito, at pag-clash pa ulit, tapos isa pang turret, isa pang inhibitor. Grabe nito, dire-diretso na itong mga pangyayari sa atin.
10K
pero so
na
far,
ang lamang.
10K na ang lamang natin dito. Ang lamang ng Manila Eagles versus the BKT, at eto na naman ang gold bulk natin so far. Grabe, bigay na bigay ang item dito kay Kha'Zix, ang gold bulk natin kay Kha'Zix. At ang nagdo-dominate ngayon na si Emery Chok. Take note, favorite champion ni Emily Chok ay itong si Ari. At ito nabigay yata siguro ng panalo para sa Manila Eagles sa mga pagkakataon ito. So far, kukunin na yata ng Manila Eagles ang second tier turret tower ng midday dito ng BKT. Ay, ng BKT tama. Pero so far, sa mga pagkakataon ito, ano kayong gagawin nitong si Kha'Zix na umaasassinate mula sa likod. Kung mapapansin mo kasi ang ginagawa niya, kapag nagkaroon na ng initiation dito, saka siya tatalon.
Yes.
Saka siya magbibigay ng damage output para sa kanyang kalaban.
Papaka-assassin
Isang
na
void
siya.
spike lang, void spike lang niya, void spike. Ano yun? Void spike. Isang void spike lang niya dito, nagbibigay kagad sa kanila ng napaka-laking damage output at yung HP kagad ng kanilang kalaban
ay nakalahati or more than that.
Kung mapapansin mo, eto, tignan mo. Kung mapapansin mo, itong kanyang Taster Fear, 190 plus 232 damage. Plus pa yung pag-isolated yung kanyang kalaban, 280. Naging 280 plus 279.
Ang sakit niya.
Yes, ang sakit sobra. So mga pagkakataon ito, def na lang ang magagawa ng BKT ngayon.
na lang siya doon.
Yes, def na lang ang magagawa ng Bangkok Titans ngayon at ito ang vision nila. Medyo naligaw ng landas sa mga wards na ito. Medyo mali sila ng pinuntahan at mayroon pa ditong ward. Medyo kakaiba lang sa mga pagkakataon. Pero ito ang vision ng Manila Eagles. Maliwanag ang kanilang buhay, bayad na bayad sa Meralco at sulit na sulit ang kanilang ginagawa sa mga pagkakataong ito. So far, ito na ang clash na magdidiktahan ng labanan na ito at magsasabi kung sino ang mananalo. Pero Emily PF without wasting time, pinasok na, inasin ng sobra. Cataclysm para mag-flash out dito. Pero Roy pumasok sa loob. Sobrang asiman dito. Naiwan si Emily Chok sa labas ng kanilang turret. Sa kanilabas ng base na ngayon ng BKT. Pero pinasok dito lang lahat ng champion. Emily Chok goes in. Grabe yung ginawa niya doon. Sorry. Pero grabe yung ginawa doon ni Emily Chok.
That's 1-4-2.
Yes, medyo medyo na chok
Kulang ng water.
Medyo kailangan ko ng tubig.
Tubig na.
Dahil sa mga pangyayari, kung mapapansin mo naman, pagpasok to ni Emily Chok is para makuha ng at least 2 champion. Tingnan mo naman, double kill. Pagpasok niya, ginamit niya yung kanyang orbs. May waga niyang orbs itong Foxfire niya para base sa kanya ng advantage to kill at least 2 champions ng Manila Eagles doon. Ay, ng BKT doon.
Pero they got 1 kill.
So far ito, Miss In, tingin mo sa mga pagkakataong ito, having the advantage dito kaya sa Manila Eagles, early game pa lang, mid game pa lang, sila nilamang. Ano sa tingin mo ngayon gagawin pwedeng gawin ng BKT dito? O pwedeng gawing item ng kahit na sinong member ng BKT dito para manalo ba sa laban dito?
I think dapat more tanky type na sila. Kasi masakit masyado si Kha'Zix if kung sobrang malambot lang sila each time na pag nagpo-poke si MLE hate, eh, matidead lang sila, matatalo lang sila if 5 on 5. And, the more on death type.
Kaya talaga nila na masecure yung bawat lane nila. Kung
Yeah.
papansin mo, kanina nakita natin yung wards nila. At yung wards dito ng BKT ay karamihan talaga ng wards nila ay nasa aggressive mode.
Yeah.
Which is hindi ganun kaganda sa kanilang standing sa mga pagkakataong ito. Dapat nasa defensive mode yung kanilang wards. At dahil nga doon, buhay na ang Baron dito.
And
Kukunin
they're
ng Manila
taking it
Eagles
down.
ang Baron dito at dahil doon hindi naka-ready itong BKT na mag-def sa kanilang mga lanes. Iko-contest ba ito ng Manila Eagles na kunin ng isang Baron? Knowing na nga bottom lane nila ay unti-unting bumabawi. Take note, meron silang super minion dito. And buhay na ang inhibitor
Inhibitor.
ngayon. Itong Bangkok Titans. And if ever man na pumasok ngayon ang Manila Eagles para kunin yung Baron, itong bottom lane ay kakainin dito ng mga minions. So far, BKT versus the Manila Eagles, eto na ang dictating decision clash dito. Kung sino yung possible na mangyari. 5 minutes. 5 minutes na lang.
5 minutes
For
na
sure,
lang.
malalaman natin kung sino yung manalo dito. Pero so far, ito, ang daming words dito ng BKT. Para,
That's 2 words in
yes,
it.
2 is better na naman, sabi
Two.
dito ni Skills. At tuloy-tuloy pa rin dito ang pagkakatansyahan ng magkabilang panig. Pero yun nga, alam ng Manila Eagles na kailangan mag-defend ng BKT dito.
Yeah. Super
And dahil
minions
doon,
na, they have to defend it.
Yes.
Kundi, mas
dahil doon,
sila.
uncontested Baron para dito sa Manila Eagles ang pagkuha dito nila. So far,
Free-
dito naman sa bottom
free
lane, kita
Baron.
natin, well, success sila sa pag-def ng inhibitor nila sa bottom lane, pero take note, nakuha ng MLE ang Baron dito.
Yeah. So, I think more death type na lang since yung isang turret din doon, wala na.
Pero yun nga, having here the advantage of the Manila Eagles sa bottom turret, last turret dito na nawala na, sobrang libre dito ng bottom lane na makapag-push. Pero kanina nawala yung napatay na nila yung super minions nila and wala nang advantage yung bottom lane nila sa ng BKT.
Kaya nila i-push ulit ang lane ng ang bot lane.
So far sa mga pagkakataong ito, itong Manila Eagles ngayon ay nagbigay ng magandang performance sa kanilang mga lanes. As you can see, BKT Leia versus dito kay Emily Hate, 150 CS and versus the 216 CS niya. And 109 CS sa jungle natin. Pero Chok, nanganib pa kanyang buhay. Equalizer galing dito kay Leia. Medyo weird lang noon ng mga pangyayari dahil naiwan siya doon mag-isa. It's kind of unusual na makita natin yung champion na yun na nandun. And nag-iisa.
Usali advantage yun kasi pag nakita mo na nag-iisa yung champion, dapat it's time to go.
Kunin mo kagad dito dahil kung mapapansin mo, meron
Since
ding maraming
type na lang sila.
Yes, maraming ward dito ang BKT. And kung mapapansin mo, defensive mode na sila ngayon. And itong mode na ito ay kailangan nila para ma-secure yung kanila pagkapanalo dito. If ever na pumasok ang Manila Eagles dito, makukuha na ng kapag naging kampante ang Manila Eagles dito, possible pa na makabawi.
Possible pa na mabaliktad pa rin ang
Yes, at ito na ang vision
laban.
natin, buong na. Grabe ang pagtalo ni Royun dito. So far, grabe ang pressure na ginagawa niya sa Manila Eagles sa mga pagkakataong ito. Disengage ang Manila Eagles. So far, 3 champion lang sila na nandun. Kung kaya hindi nila pwedeng i-contest, hindi nila
pwedeng
kailangan ipilit.
Yes.
Na
Kasi
yes.
5 versus 3.
Kailangan talaga dito is buong 5 sila. As you can see, 13-8 na ang ating
13-18.
13-18 na ang ating kill dito. And so far, advantage pa rin sa Manila Eagles sa mga pagkakataong ito. At tignan natin ulit ang gold bike natin. So far, lamang na lamang. Grabe, 12k para kay Kha'Zix. We have here 9k para kay Jarvan. 12k din para dito kay Ari. And 11.6k para dito kay Ezreal. So far, ito tuloy-tuloy na yata ang pag-push, pag-dominate ng Manila Eagles. Buo na silang 5. Ari is going in. Itong mga pagkakataong ito.
At ito na po, ang dictating clash.
Yes, kanina pa tayo decision clash. Pero
Ito na to, wala pa hindi nangyayari.
Kaya na sinabi ko,
Hindi
5-minute
nangyari.
mark. Ito na yung 5-minute na yun.
They're
Kahit hindi
doing
ko
their
napansin.
best para ma-defense para hindi mangyari ang clash na inabang na nating clash.
Pero yun nga, gaya na sinabi ko, 5 minutes na. Ito na yun.
Ito na.
Hindi ko alam kung 5
Tingnan
minutes
natin.
na, pero mukhang 5 minutes na mga pagkakataong ito.
Minsan magiging 10 minutes.
Pero hopefully, makita natin kung ano yung pwedeng gawin dito ng Manila Eagles to end this match. So far, eto na. Pagkuha na ng inhibitor dito ang pinafocus ng Manila Eagles. Paunahan kung sinong mauunang mag-initiate dito. Medyo mali ang pagkuha kay Alistar doon. Paggamit ng death sentence kay Alistar. Emily VY got the blue inhibitor. And eto na. sa midday naman tayo. Eto na naman, dictating decision clash na naman ba tayo ulit?
O hindi pa.
O hindi pa. And yung 5 minutes natin kanina pa ay hindi pa rin lumalabas sa mga pagkakataong ito. So far, MLE versus the BKT, lamang na lamang pa rin ang Manila Eagles dito. Napilitan ng mag-ora si Kha'Zix. Dahil itong champion ito ay flying ipis.
Like, yeah.
Sana ito
Kasi pag yung mga vision ward, pakalat-kalat pati. At saka, for the wardings na din.
Kasi yung Oracle, mas maganda kung ibigay mo yun sa champion na may escape mechanism. Sana meron
Sa
siyang
stealth.
chance na makatakbo kagad kapag nahihuli siya ng kanilang kalaban. And it's a good choice na ibigay ito para dito kay Kha'Zix kasi pwede siyang mag-leap palabas kapag na-FF siya dito at yung kanyang ultimate skill kung saan nakakatago siya, kahit 1 second yun, effective pa rin yun para
It's
sa
very
champion.
important yan.
Yes, very important yun. Pero so far, eto na. Kukunin na naman dito ang top lane natin for the Manila Eagles. First dito sa BKT dahil sa mapapansin mo, hinahayaan nilang mag-push ang bottom lane dito. And mukhang eto na, ang dictating match nila naman.
Sigurado ka na ba, GG?
Sana
Here?
dito na tayo malalaman kung sino
Sigurado
possible
ka na ba?
dito. Kung papansin mo, eto ang ward dito ng BKT. Defensive talaga sila. Wala silang vision sa bottom lane at pwede magkipanalo dito. Pero
At
pinasok
ayan.
na ngayon ni si Emily Chok. Ginamitan na ng ulti. Emily Hate got the life of BKT skills. Pero so far pinasok ngayon ni Emily Chok. Grabe, bumagsak siya doon. Nakuha ang kanyang buhay. Pinasok ngayon ni Emily Hate. Ang
At
buhay ni
nag-zone
Royun.
niya.
Royun goes down, shutdown para dito si Kha'Zix, shutdown ni Rumble. Pero pinasok ngayon ni Emily VYY. Sobrang asim dito. Flashing out para makatakbo sa kanilang kalaban. So far, medyo mali ang pagpilit doon ng Manila Eagles. Pero nakuha nila ang turret. Ang third
Bottom turret.
tier turret dito ng, sa top lane ng BKT.
I think hindi pa rin yun sufficient kasi it's 1-4-3. Kahit nakuha nila yung turret, mas I think lumamang ng konti ang BKT for that.
Ano sa tingin mo yung naging mali dun sa pag-initiate na yun?
I think isa-isa sila kasi pumasok eh. Makita mo kanina, biglang pumasok si Alistar. Then saka sila pumasok isa-isa. Then nakaabang lahat sila. Eh yung BKT gumamit sila ng ulti sabay-sabay din. Na-bruise tuloy namatay si Ari, si
Kung mapapansin
Alistar.
mo dito, hindi nila nawasak tong ward na ito.
Yeah.
And dahil itong ward na ito ay naging advantage for the BKT.
Yeah, isa
Para
na advantage
makita,
yung
para
wards.
ma-predict kung ano yung mga gagawin ni Emil Chok. So far, nakita natin dito na tumatakbo siya dito. At once na pagkapasok niya dito sa loob ng sa pader na ito, natunaw kagad siya. And dahil doon,
Got to now.
yes.
Ice
Kung
cream.
mapapansin mo, yung item ngayon ni Emily Chok is a burst talagang pang burst talaga.
Yeah.
And having the 541 AP dito, kapag ito talaga yung pinakamagiging threat sa kanilang kalaban sa BKT. Kapag I think kapag gumamit pa itong si Chok ng kanyang Zonya's Hourglass, ito kaya yung magiging savior niya na item dito sa laban na ito. So far sa mga pagkakataong ito, lamang pa din itong si Kha'Zix sa kahit anong mangyari, pero I think nakuha yung buhay niya kanina. Nakuha yung kanyang buhay nitong si Rumble. And unti-unting nakabawi ang BKT kapag nagpatuloy pa itong laban na ito. So kailangan tapusin ito ng Manila Eagles as soon as possible at hindi sila makampante sa laban na ito. Kahit 2 baron na nakuha nila, 3 dragon na nakuha nila. Hindi
Kahit
pa rin
lamang
yung
sila ng almost 10,000 gold.
yes, tandaan natin,
Pwede
League
pa
of
rin.
Legends ang laro
Yeah.
nito.
Nasa team play pa rin yan and
Kailangan
how
dito ng maganda
skills are
talagang,
executed.
team coordination, ng matintinding focus at buhay na naman si Baron sa mga pagkakataong ito. Gaya nga ng sinabi natin, nakuha nila ang inhibitor dito sa bottom lane at dahil doon mukhang kapag nakapag-push na naman ang mga minions sa baba ay kukunin nila ang Baron dito. Pero nag-aalangan dito ang BKT kung kukunin nila ang Baron or magsasacrifice sila na makuha ang inhibitor nila sa bottom lane dahil sa mga pagkakataong ito wala pa rin silang inhibitor doon. Pero take note, 2 super minions dito, malaking advantage para dito sa Manila Eagles, ang bottom lane nila na sobrang libreng makakapush. At dahil nga doon, mukhang magbibigay na naman ng libreng Baron.
Free Baron for today. Puro
Again.
free Baron. Free Baron.
Dahil talaga ito sa bottom lane. Dahil dito sa
Na-push masyado.
Dahil lang dun sa kaninang pagkakamali nila sa bottom lane ng BKT dito, nagbigay ng malaking advantage para sa Manila Eagles dito. Tatlong Baron na nakuha nila sa mga pagkakataong ito. And sobrang advantage in favor of them ang mga nangyayari. At dahil nga doon, kitang-kita naman natin ngayon na mukhang diretso yun na ang top lane dito ng Manila Eagles, knowing na wala ng turret doon, at dahil nga dito, anong gagawin dito ng BKT para ma-secure ang kanilang pagde-defend dito? Mananalo nga ba dito ang BKT or mananalo ang Manila Eagles para matapos na ang laban na ito? Ito na siguro. Ang hinihintay natin, decision match, decision clash sa mga pagkakataong ito. Poke damage versus poke damage dito. Lamang na lamang ang Manila Eagles having this Iceborne Gauntlet. And yung kanyang last whisper, I think itong Muramana niya, Manamune pala muna bago ang Muramana.
Yeah.
And tuloy-tuloy pa rin, kitang-kita naman natin ang poke damage na ginagawa dito ng Manila Eagles. Tampas na kagad ng kalahati ang buhay nitong si Leia. At kinuha na nila ang inhibitor sa top lane. Ginamit na ngayon ni NDD ang kanyang ultimate skill. Emily Chok na nga pa kanyang buhay. Ginamit ang kanyang zone niya. At pinasok ito ngayon ni Emily 8. Emily 8 goes down. Cataclysm galing kay Jarvan. Killing spree na ngayon si Royun. Pero sobrang free si Emily VAY. NDD goes down. Na-exhausted ngayon. Etong si Casadin.
Eto na.
Triple kill. Double kill
This
para
is a
kay
win for
Emily
MLE.
Chok. At eto na ang hinihintay na pinaka-hinihintay nating lahat sa wakas. Ang decision clash natin.
Ito was decision class. Tapos na. Tapos inantay na natin. Ito na.
Yes, tapos,
ito na yun.
tapos na rin
Last.
sa wakas ang laban and Manila Eagles
Yay!
won the game. And so far, eto na ang naging decision ng mga Horado.
Victory!
Victory tayo. And sila yung ngayon, yung umangat sa BKT
Yeah.
sa ating ranking. So,
So,
BKT, sorry, better luck next season. Hindi naman sa Manila Eagles, pero let's see kung ano pwede lang gawin.
So, yun. That was a good game.
Sobrang good game.
Very
Panatan
good
natin.
game.
Muntik-muntika na sila yung
Yeah,
mabuhian.
yung mga pagkakamali, ano naman meron naman pambawi kahit may mga mali ng konti ang MLE, nakakabawi pa rin sila.
Sobrang maraming chance na makuha sana ng BKT ang kanilang pagkapanalo.
Yes.
Pero maraming mali, maraming mistake ang nakomit dito sa Manila, ang BKT dito. Pero still, sa mga pagkakataon, tingnan
Lamang
natin
na
yung
lamang pa rin
kanilang match stats. Mapapansin mo, ang naging MVP para sa Manila Eagles is si Chok.
Yes.
No doubt about it, si Chok ang nagdala ng laban na ito. And, itong si PF talaga. Kung mapapansin nyo, 0-4-22 ang kanyang stats. 0-4-22. 0 yung kills, 4 yung deaths, pero 22 yung assist. Over 24 kills, 22 yung assist niya. So,
Almost lahat
lahat
nandun
ng
siya.
team fight na pwedeng
Nandun siya.
mangyari, lahat ng patay
Very
na
good.
meron ng Manila Eagles dito, tinulungan niya.
Yes.
Red buff
Yes.
ng mama mo dito.
Ganyan yung nagagawa ng mag-good jungle.
Yes, good jungle is the
Halos-
best medicine nga daw.
Ang pag magaling ang jungle, mayroon chance, malaking chance, manalo ang team. Pag magaling mag-gank,
Yes, at ito pa, a good support
good support.
is a player na konti lang yung kanyang deaths na pwede makuha sa game. Pero bago ang lahat, syempre gusto kong pasalamatan lahat ng players na nanonood ngayong gabi. Maraming salamat po. At gusto ko nga palang pasalamatan ang ating sponsor ng Manila Eagles, ang official gear sponsor, the Steel Series Professional Gaming Gear, ang official hardware partner ng PC Wars, din naman official venue partner ang Pacific Esports. At gusto nga palang pasalamatan lahat ng pumunta sa CM Store dyan sa Game City Cafe. Congratulations sa mga nanalo. And sana nag-enjoy kayo. Ganoon din naman sa Geek Zone 3 dyan sa may Batangas sa ating The Summon. Congratulations sa mga nanalo. Hintayin nyo lang merchandise yung makukuha nyo rin yan pagdating nga sa ating sa Monday yata or something. Pero chill lang tayo mga kaibigan. Maraming salamat ulit. Bago ang lahat, do the honor, bati mo lahat ng gusto mong batiin.
Sige. Bati time na. Binabati ko po sila, L. Happy birthday, L. Sila Katie, Snoy, AJ, Yuki, Jay, Waki, JC, Kenneth, CJ, Lance, Len, Asia, hi Asia, Chris, Crystal Lim, Rachel Rodesio, Midnight Dota Session Family, love ko yan. Peter, Pamela Family, sila Kyo, Pons, Dons, Ate Micah, Kevs, Vince, Lester, Kuya Waji, sila Michi, sila Basha, yan. Mahal na mahal ko yung mga tao na yan.
Grabe naman talaga. Ito is in, mapagmahal din pala. Eh, gaya nga sinabi ko, ito na mga batayan ko dito sa aking, na mga nag-post, mga nag-comment sa aking page sa kay Gigi Sphere at babatiin ko sila. Konti lang, medyo konti lang oras natin ngayon. Pero babati lang LGDY Clan, sila Louie, sila LJ, sila Jake, si Arden, pinabati ni Nicolai Fabia. Ganun naman si Marvin, si Alcober, good evening. Kay Kent Velasco, syempre yung pagmahal yan. Kay Maki, good evening sa inyo. Kay Raymond Deswasido, ayan, kaibigan, good evening. And ganun din naman kay Emily, sa lahat ng Manila Eagles natin. Eto, sa League of Legends page, memes, good evening sa inyo sa mga tambayan natin dyan, yung mga boys and staff natin dyan na laging sumusuporta. Pabati daw, gusto mo daw batiin niya si Kim Ong saka si Jasper. Yes.
Pinabati ko po yung mga sa live stream. Ayan, pinabati ko po PTZ family. DJs pinapabati ka daw.
Bati daw, kaya I love rain. Yan, pinapabati ni Ella Beronia. Ganun din naman dito
Kenya Cervantes.
Yes, kay Edgar Alan ko, kay Thomas Edison sa Hybrid Clan, kay Kim James Go Montuya, ganun din naman dito kay Ron Ngelo, kay Gabs Fajarda, kay Raylot Asaka, kay Nathaniel Peralta, kay Uryu, kay Marlon, ganun din naman dito kay Dan Lazaro, kay Paul Christian Padilla Faala, kay Macfords, kay Bob Vincent Paulino, kay Janine Awesome, ayan. Sa lahat ng mga gustong manalo ng quick mini mousepad, pumunta kayo sa aking page kay JJ Sphere at puntahan nyo doon. Hanapin nyo doon yung post na may picture na meron akong hawak na mousepad kung kaya mag-participate kayo dahil sayang ang opportunity na manalo sa game na ito. Again, gusto ko nga palang batiin si Mark Dropbox Donesa. Mabati raw sa Rinon Kai sa Decipher team. Decipher dyan sa Iloilo. Good evening mga kaibigan. Mga summoners na nandyan sa Pitts Clan at sa Stormy Hills.
Ayan, and next fight is Jokers versus Fantastic 5. Yeah, and magkakaroon na 2 weeks break at GPL. Yes, and there will be next GPL summer season. Ayan.
Yes, kung kayo ng GPL natin is nasa spring season tayo.
Summer na.
After 2 weeks, summer season na tayo at magkakaroon ng stats reset kung saan yung mga kills ay yung mga wins nila dito, wins ng bawat team ay reset sa 0.
Since it's a new season.
Pagkakataon na makabawi ng mga teams ng BKT, ng Manila Eagles, ng KLH, ng SGS, ng SAJ, at
new
kahit
rankings
na na makabawi sa taas ating liga. Again, maraming salamat sa lahat ng nanonood ngayon. Panoorin nyo mamaya laban ng Saigon Jokers versus the Fantastic 5. Again, you're watching the Garena Premier League live din sa Garena PH office. Maraming salamat Miss In sa pagpunta ngayong gabi. Ako nga pala si Gigi Sphere at kasama ko ngayong gabi si
In Mercado.
Binabati ko nga pala si James Spade at lahat ng GM natin dyan. Si
binabati ko si Idu. Idu Manzano. Ayan,
kaya gusto sorry Gigi Regine at sa lahat ng GMs natin. Maraming salamat. Good evening po. Pinatsu, ayan, sa wakas. Kaya Hayato Shinjawo. Kung ano man yung pangalan mo, Hayato, wag kang mahiya sa akin. Pag nakita tayo sa GPL, papakita natin ang tunay na pagmamahal. Again, good evening sa lahat. Maraming salamat. Again, I'm Gigi Sphere at
In Mercado.
Thank you sa lahat. Good evening. Garena Premier League. Good night and happy weekend and happy Monday tomorrow. Ay, hindi. Next
Monday na ba? Ayun. Saturday pa.
next week. Sunday. Thank you.
League of Legends is played in 5 versus 5 team combat. Each player controls an individual champion, using its unique abilities to aid allies and destroy enemies. Each team has a base filled with minions, turrets, and most importantly, the Nexus. The first team to push into the enemy base and destroy their Nexus wins the game. Players kill enemy minions, turrets, and champions to acquire gold and experience, growing stronger over the course of the match. Gold purchases powerful items, while experience allows a champion to level up and improve their special abilities. The scoreboard at the top of the screen shows you how many champion kills and how much gold each team has acquired. While these numbers are good indicators of how each team is performing, the only thing that matters is the destruction of the Nexus. No game is truly over until the final seconds.
Are you guys ready for some League of Legends action? Jackie! they do move roster in the finals.
Leagues going on about where they don't only play against each other but other teams as well. So it's how they keep on the competitive spirit within all these teams. So hopefully we will see a great match and a great plays from both Nick's Water as well as the side of SF5. We have how the top lanes right now for today will be Zerg and Egg. Like the combinations play would it be great?
Well, in the past, Egg has displayed ability to kind of synchronize with the top lane, especially. He especially, I remember the Jarvan and Renekton combination. The SF5 likes to pull off a lot of time. So you'll see if they will pull off the same thing, because if the enemy knows a lot about it, you probably don't want to pull it now. And them being so close to each other, not only in vicinity, as we have mentioned before, that's probably something. They're probably going to play something different just to throw them off.
Yes, so we just hope to see something different like how Nick's Water plays Brand with Mercury Threads, Icebound Gauntlet, the Dangerous Torment, Paralyze. No need that much AP, but still do a lot of damage.
Yeah,
So it will be an interesting match if anything like that does happen still.
yeah, Brand becomes more of a damage over time kind of AP mid at that point.
Yes.
It's definitely very strange and unique.
Just like how you play Tarek.
Tarek isn't strange or unique, he's viable.
Okay, anyway, so moving on right now for the last game all tonight for the Saigon Jokers against the Saigon Fantastic 5. We'll move right into the last game for tonight for the champion section screen for the picks and bans. So the bans actually coming up a bit slower between both teams. Normally it goes on very quickly. So I believe because this is going to be the last match against each other in the GPL, they want to make sure they ban the correct champions. And instead we see Rumble being taken out. Even though we did see Nick's Water play Rumble in the mid the other time.
And Trash being banned on the side of SF5. Is that more of a targeted ban, you would say? Or because Trash is just so strong as a support?
Just
these
too
days?
strong, I would say.
I will definitely agree with you. I've met many Trashes on rank that trashed me so bad. Yeah.
Yes.
Twisted Fate being better,
You get
and
we're going to see played by the side of the Saigon Jokers. And it's going to be very interesting to watch.
Yes.
A Nami game is definitely interesting. It could be a hit or miss. And when it's a hit, you could see the perfect ultimates knock.
Yeah, going back to what we said about the fact that the champions now will be a little bit more unique just to throw each other off. And also, I think Saigon Jokers actually heard what you said about Volibear and them picking Nasus. It's like, I'll go with Xin Shao instead then. But Xin Shao is equally affected by Nasus Meter. As we had talked about,
Yes.
he'll not be able to land his 3 talent strike.
But the slow, AoE slow will still land if it's done well. So we'll be able to see how well this plays on. Oh, it might be the Rammus,
I have
the rolling armadillo.
Yeah, I have not seen Rammus in a very long time. Rammus used to be very, very viable as a jungle, but he got hit with the nerf stick, reducing his HP per level as well as the armor. And
His rolling ball, the speed of the rolling ball starting
basically, they destroyed what Rammus was. And that's why Rammus was hardly picked up. And there is the change. Nasus is the champion to be picked up.
But it might be a mid lane Nasus though. We've seen that a lot of late.
Or he could be a top lane Nasus with Elise in the jungle.
Yes, also possible. So it'll be interesting to see how well they play off these mind games right now for both teams. Oh,
What?
Tryndamere and Urgot. It's going to be interesting to see
Is
if
that
this
going to
locked
be
in.
a support Tryndamere?
No, it's going to be mid lane Tryndamere or top lane Tryndamere. With the spin to win.
Okay.
Okay,
Because right now it's a Draven.
I know. So we're going to see what will be the picks. And Lux Ultimate, yes, has been nerfed in this patch. There is the 10-second increment, but it's still fast enough.
Yeah, it's still fast enough. Not safely that you'll be able to do it every single time, because with maximum cooldowns, I believe it's 24 seconds previously. Right now,
Yes.
it's a little bit amped up to 32 at maximum level with maximum cooldown.
Let me count. 25.
Or I'm possibly wrong, and it's actually 34.
At least
But-
30 seconds.
Yeah, 30 seconds. So whatever it
30
is,
seconds.
she'll
Where's my
still
clock
be
suck?
able to cast it twice in a battle, but she will be
Yes.
forced to build a bit of a cooldown build. Previously, she can go full nuke, all out nuke, and still be
Exactly.
able to cast it twice in one
Yes,
fight.
just in the blue buff and still doing very, very well. So the lock scene is actually going to be Nidali, so we're going to see Nidali play. Sorry, not Nidali play.
Nixwater.
Wow, Nixwater playing Nidali. I'm just saying that because Nixwater is so great in
Yeah,
Nidali.
all-
We see it played so much. So it's just mixing on and about. Or you might be able to see Nami in the mid.
I wish, I hope, seriously.
You wish.
Yeah, I
So
wish.
here we will see the last pick come out for SF5. Might be a Cockmore, might be the counter pick to Nidali, which, well, Saigon Jokers for some Nixwater when we played against KLH did do that, where Golden's picked up easily. Nixwater responded with a Cockmore, and the farming for both sides were quite evenly matched, and he did a great job in dodging all the spears. But no, it is going to be a Nami support. Nixwater will be in the mid with his Zindali, Shen up top, and Archie as Urgot. So this combination play the bottom lane is going to be very interesting. The slows coming from Archie with the shield, the barrier, and then landing his missiles will be able to slow them, slow the opponents down. And as the slow is being procced, Nami's Aqua Prison is definitely going to hit.
Yeah, and it's a very unique duo at the bottom lane. We hardly ever see Urgot or Nami, and much less of them both together on the same
Yes.
time. So definitely very, very interesting how the bottom lane will work out. I
Work out.
fear something that might go wrong on the side of Saigon Jokers is because Urgot has a very limited range. Without his skills landing, his basic
Yes.
attacks range isn't
is
all
very
too
low.
far, and that will make it very easy for Sona to actually
Also, there's a bug with the just now for the CSI. So they're gonna remake it. It's gonna be very quickly. They're gonna choose back the same champions. The champion picks were fine, but it's just gonna they're just gonna repick it with the crack bands and the same picks it's on, but just with the crack order. There's a swapping problem earlier, so this is gonna be fine. You're gonna restart the game very quickly and shortly after everyone's ready.
Once we re-enter into the phase where they pick and ban the champions, it's going to be really, really fast because they're going to do the same thing that they did in the previous round, and they're not allowed to change.
Mhm.
So
Yes. Was there any bugs or any problems at all? So there's no problems. So problems happening for this matchup. It was just a slight bug in the client. So this is it. Once again, back to the bans. Instead, everything is being banned out, and the picks are being locked in by all the players. Hopefully, no mistakes happen.
yeah, instead of
There are a few mistakes when remakes happen. The players ban the champions they're supposed to pick
oh,
because they
okay,
forgot by the banning phase.
yeah, that is true. and we can see a little bit of how the order of how it's banned, but it doesn't really matter. We see Twisted Fate, Rumble, Lux, Trash Cannon, and the last one, if I believe, yes, Jarvan. So yeah, Shen, we're gonna see the same lineups all being picked up. For you guys that are out there, you can tell us in the chat which rune set you would like to see, because I know if you leave it up to Teddy, he will take a look at Nami or Urgot.
Really?
Yes, I call it. You're gonna call Nami or Urgot. Am
Okay,
I
this
right?
so I'm just gonna change it to Nasus instead.
Okay, but I want to see Urgot.
I don't care.
Okay, so tell us what you want to see. We'll definitely be reading that, and yeah, just waiting for the champion picks and bans to complete. Hopefully, they'll be able to swap it out this time. Did they change it in a way so they'll be able to pick the champions without needing to swap?
Yes, of course, because this is the problem of swapping, so definitely the picks are just going through. They already know what was being picked, so there can't be any changes to it, as you mentioned earlier. So it's going to be on the safe side in terms of that. So it's going to be the Nasus up top, the jungle Elise, and then we will see that the combo is going to be mid, as you mentioned, the matchup, and the bottom is going to be Sona Ezreal, a poke comp which we haven't seen for a long time of late. Whether it'll be interesting to see, most probably might be a utility AD carry. The slows come out from Korma if buys a Violet Crystal Scepter, as well as additional slow coming out from Ezreal if it does buy the utility items. In terms of the Iceborne Gauntlet, as well as the Spirit of the Lizard Elder, doing up damage over time, so Nasus are going for a cleanup, as well as Crescendo. Perfect combination play of all these ultimates and the post coming up will be very strong.
Yes, and interesting to note that Nami picked up Ignite as well. So there is no exhaust on the side of Saigon Jokers. There's nothing to stop divers, but luckily for them, SF5 does not have a single dive champion. Maybe except at least, because Nasus is probably gonna wither them down and just go to your face, but he can't exactly get in there immediately. So an exhaust is very useful when someone's charging your AD carry.
Yes, but we're going to see how well it picks off because he will not be able to secure the kills, but he'll be able to fight 2v1s much better for Nasus because of his tankiness when he reaches level 6. So before we move on to the runes and masteries, we're going to go through a short commercial break first. So do stay tuned and we'll pick up see the matchup once again, and if the invades do happen, who do you think will go for it?
I would think, let's see, if Shen grabs his taunt early, he'll possibly be able to do a lot of damage onto whoever he has taunted. But it's pretty equal, I would say, and unless Nami grabs his her Aqua Bubble, but she probably
Prison, most probably the first pick, the first skill to pick up. But I would say that Saigon Jokers will have a safer and better time going for a counter jungling. Because on the side of SF5, their champions are much squishier. Elise is still AP champion, still much squishy in the early game. Kog'Maw as well, Ezreal and Sona, all very squishy champions with the exception of Nasus. So it will be dependent on either 5 mid who's star in the lands first.
Yeah, wow, and we actually didn't notice this, but it's gonna be Ezreal middle instead of a Ezreal Sona bottom poke that I initially thought. So it will be a Kog'Maw Sona, I feel.
No,
Unless Kog'Maw goes middle.
Kog'Maw should be going mid. You haven't been playing enough games. There are a lot of people who actually play mid right now by taking barrier instead. It's
By
like a
taking
barrier
barrier.
bait.
Okay.
Yes, we can see that Nix Water is doing the same thing. As Nidali, he has a much more higher mobility, being able to juke his opponents, making them dive the tower, and then start using a barrier. That's how a lot of players are playing. And when you go against that as well, sometimes for mid laners, you see that they'll take barrier, so they're going to be able to bait the death mark under the tower, use the barrier, negate some burst, which would work in the early stages before Zed gets overfed. Like, it
That's
will
true.
still work when Zed has a brutalizer, if I'm not wrong, and then bait and turn over with a kill.
Excellent point. And right now we have a pause. It's going to be resumed soon. This is the curse of the Teddytibers, as every time I casted with him, there must be a pause game. Just putting it out there. So
That's because you're not channeling your energy into the stream, into the game, so you know
channeling
everything
it now.
is freezing.
Okay.
Okay, so moving for this game, we will see on both sides though. I suppose you could say a god. Javelins before he suddenly goes in for the hyperkinetic position reversal. Hyperkinetic position reversal.
Which basically swaps the positions of
Yes.
him and the target.
And he gains much more armor and magic resist for a few seconds after that as well.
Yeah, but the thing about that is that he supposedly is the AD carry, and if he puts himself in danger by swapping out the positions, which compromises his own position, it will be quite hard for him.
It's
to
okay,
be
that's why you
doing
have the tidal wave coming from Nami, and Urgot's gonna build most probably a Glacier Shroud, a Frozen Heart by the middle of the game, or a Guardian Angel. It's okay to die as Urgot. In
Or the
terms
Icon
of that, your overall team lineup, you deal damage to reduce and just poke. In the end, if you go all in, your team must follow up so you can do the cleanup.
Yeah,
you might not be the one letting the last hits, but you still do enough damage and enough of crowd control for your team to pick up all the kills.
And that's Shen as well, so they may be able to combo Shen's ultimate onto Stay United to actually go in exactly at the point where they swap, leading to a free taunt to almost like these 3 targets on the side of
Basically the back line on the side of SF5. So here we will see safety going for the golem start, and Junie took the small golem. Not sure whether it's intentional or it's an accident, but that forced safety to take the larger golem.
yeah. And now discussing Aqua Prison.
So we will see the Aqua Prison being used for the side of Junie to just help the CC the very golem. So they're going to go for an early gank actually down board. If they do manage to land it, it's going to be great because of the Aqua Prison coming out from Junie. It will be enough to lock down the champion if safety dives in. So 1 minute what is in fact Yang Xiu will spot Junie camping in that area. Oh sorry, there's actually 1 minute more coming out from the side of the Saigon Jokers.
And you can see that Nami immediately placed the pink ward down. He wants to really pull off this early gank, and we can see Xin Shao just hiding.
The Caesar just going in for it, the exhaust comes up but they will score the first bird, and that will be it. The first kill goes to the Saigon Jokers. I was testing the site of how are back and fine. The Wolves are great. And here we will see up top the gang going on. QTV goes for the taunt onto Egg. Will be forced to fall back. At least water coming out from the start of the wall throws a javelin, but it does not hit.
But
So it will be just fine.
Yes, but it is enough to push the SF5 back, as they do not want to commit into an area they didn't have no information about whatsoever. And we can see Nasus still climbing up, racking up CS to charge up his spirit, his Q.
The Siphoning Strike.
Siphoning Strike.
You were thinking of Spirit Visage for some reason,
Yeah.
I'm not sure why, but
It's like,
actually...
I know it's like Siphon CS and oh.
Yeah, so
Oh,
you'll be
man.
playing with too much Spirit Stones. So QTV being able to get out of a tight position is going to be safe and sound. And bottom lane though, because the first blood did go on to safety, but assist came down to Urgot as well as Nami. They're going to have a great time pushing away Yangsu and Violet. We can see that Violet's only at level 2, while Archie as well as Junie is already at level 3.
And that is actually kind of surprising, as Ezreal and Sona is well known for their ability to poke much more than Urgot, but this is something new that possibly might catch on, because it seems to be working on pushing Ezreal back as well as Sona. But Sona, the sustain coming from Sona is just able to keep them in the lane even if Ezreal gets poked way too much.
But we will have to see about that. Both champions now level 3. If Archie does manage to land things perfectly fine, or hopefully Violet notices that Xin Zhao was there because both happened, but Aqua Prison lands onto Sona. He will charge right in with the heal and look at this. There was no slow coming from Archie right now because he did not take up the barrier, but he will be able to chunk down lots of health of Violet as well as Jiangsu. So this will be a fair trade on both ends, and Junie using a lot of mana to heal up, but so far it will still be fine. And here we will see the junglers meet onto each other's safety, getting caught by Ace Cocoon, but the dash damage has been used and safety goes in to trade off. It's going to be a fair fight for both junglers. QQ trying to go and help Egg, but it was not needed, so it goes move back right into the lane.
Going back to the bot lane, I feel that SF5 got ahead of that because they have the sustain, whereas Nami and Urgot, they do not have the skills or the necessary skill sets to sustain fights. They have to rely on potions, consumables that cost money. And we can see Nami just chugging down a bunch load of pots just to keep up with the healing of Sona, who doesn't really need to consume anything at all. And now at the top lane, we see actually Nasus is on the back foot. It is very hard to lane against a good Shen, as his ability to sustain as well as do damage is kind of free. He doesn't have mana, he uses energy just to do damage.
Yes. But Nasus should be fine farming under the tower with the Siphoning Strike as well as the Spitfire, but he just needs to be very careful
with the kill on Junie early game, we can see that she's actually placing a lot more wards over Sona, giving them the vision advantage.
Yes, not only just normal wards, but pink wards as well. You're going to see a lane swap happening. Nixwater going to be happy traveling down the bot lane. He will be able to fight with this 2v1 as well. At the same time, Archie and Junie goes to the mid lane in order to secure this tower. And this is actually going to be a great swap because the mid lane is much shorter and it's going to be much harder to dodge God's capabilities and abilities, and it will be easier for Nami to land Aqua Prison.
As well as the tidal wave, you can see that the tidal wave might actually fit that entire middle lane if she casts at a very strategic area. There will be no running from the tidal wave. Also at the top lane, we can see it's pretty much a stalemate, and this is what something Nasus wants. Nasus likes it to be stalemated, where he was able to just farm up creeps, and he did see Shen teleport back, so he knows that he is free to farm. But at the middle lane, we see Safety being a little bit caught out. Crescendo comes down, Shen comes in trying to save him. The tidal wave comes down, knocks up. Oh, just misses Yang Xiu by a little bit. The True Shot Barrage comes out. Ig's probably not going to make out of this. QTV just giving chase all the way in. Xin Shao picks up the kill. It's going to be a 1-for-0 trade on the side of Saigon Jokers, and especially thinking of the fact that Xin Shao was the one who got caught. But wow, Archie going in for a ballsy swap, and he did pick up the kill, but at the cost of his life. Kog'Maw might be able to pick up Xin Shao, and he does with the help of the turret. Poor Xin Shao thought he got away with it, but no. And Nasus free to farm at the top lane. There's nothing Nami could have done. QTV coming in from the side. The Javelin toss is good, but QTV has got to back out of this, because if he stays on, he will not be able to survive. And wow, all that, Nasus tries to go in, but his mana is low. He will not pursue Junie, or at least I think he won't. He might be still.
Just yet.
Yeah. And Nasus knows that it's no longer safe to push on. He has pushed it deep enough. The turret will be able to reset his creep wave as he comes back, and he's gonna just go back and get his items.
And so right now the game is actually at the stalemate in terms of goal. Just nice 24.8k on both sides, 24.9k now, and both teams just showing a strong showing of understanding of one another so far.
Yes, definitely. And Nixwater, she has been very passive this entire game. We can see that she is at 0-0-0. She has no kills, no deaths, no assists. She has been farming all game long, but look at her CS. It is way above Kog'Maw's.
Yes. And here, once the tower went down, we will see actually Shen going to split push the bottom lane because the tower is down. He'll be able to gain much more advantage. He has the Sunfire Cape, additional Giant Belt, will be able to trade hits and tank hits from the AD carry much easier. As now, we will see Nixwater as well as Safety travel up top to try to take on the top turret. It should be another gang coming up, and Xin Zhao is moving into position, and he will actually... No, he's not going to dive in, which is the correct choice. I thought he's going to dive in, but yes, he does. He just goes in for the slow to land a few strikes to apply some HP pressure onto Zerg, so when he uses his ultimate, they should be able to bring him down. And the speed fire is not enough to clear off the minion waves. They're just going to hit for the hurt onto the tower. Safety doesn't mind taking a few hits, and this will be a pickup for the mid tower. As Dashi is a bit tanky, but here look at that, we will see the tower go down up top. Just waited slightly for the skills to go down. Exhaust goes up, Safety is falling very low, but will not have enough damage from Zerg to pick it up.
Yeah, and right then at the middle, Urgot actually took down the middle tower and nearly fell to Kog'Maw's combo. But the good juke at the last minute avoided sure death from there, and he managed to get the tower for free. So great job on the side of SAJ. They did take both towers almost simultaneously, and then we can see the goal lead actually is in the favor of the Saigon Jokers for the first time in this match.
No, they got it. They was earlier actually.
Okay, so I
It's
was
just
a little
because
bit
of the dragon
confused because
later
they
on.
all have Saigon names on them. Yeah, so
It's a bit messy.
with the dragon, SF5 did pull out ahead, but
Oh, we really see the Elise use the smite, but it was a bit too early, so the ray buff actually goes onto Nixwater. QTV gonna dive onto Violet because he does have the Sunfire Kill, additional Giant Belt, and the Ninja Tabi. Look at the amount of damage Violet is doing. It's like a mosquito bite, and here QTV is just gonna follow up with everything, forces the flash, he flashes and follows through and lands the auto attack and the Warper Blades. Now he should activate his feint and tank that tower hit and walk out alive.
and guys, this is why Shen is always banned. It's just being able to go in your face, especially if you do not have support. And this is done, and also because of his next area of contest, I'll say, will be either the next Dragon or even Baron. They'll be trying to catch up enemies as much as they can. Again, Shen coming in,
With the
chasing on.
taunt and the ignite, uses the build watcher colors to slow Violet down. There's nowhere for him to go. Just one more Wobble Blade will be enough, but no, the Crescendo and Exhaust is used, and QQ will pawn Shan in the end.
Yeah, poor Shen, but definitely a good effort. It does waste Ezreal's. Did he burn anything? I believe he used this. No, he
No,
didn't
use
burn. Use
earlier.
Ignite.
But
Yeah.
wasn't the flash. But
Yep.
his team was up there and really helping. So here we see a trade between Zerg and Nixwater, and Zerg is not doing too much damage to Nixwater, but Nixwater currently missing all his skills. Gonna jump back in, poke around, try to chip him down, but he does have the Spirit Visage, so he is a bit tanky towards Nixwater's damage and attacks.
Yes, not to mention his passive allows him to restore health every time he basic attacks or even uses his Siphoning Strike, making him able to sustain even longer at the top lane. And we see Nixwater has seemed to have migrated to the top lane, trying to take down
they're
the
doing
top.
a two-split push game where they have Nixwater or Nidalis up top, and then Shen down bot, and Urgot, Nami, as well as Sinsa will focus on mid lane or transition themselves to bottom or top whenever needed. You see, Nixwater just planting traps and just staying up in the top lane like a boss without even that many wards. You can see that the warding on the top lane is just empty, just a few traps. So he's decided to back off. But the side of SF5, they planted the walls to guard the jungle, to try to spot anyone who tries to go in for the invade or the kill. So they need to be much more careful about what they decide to do. And here we can see Archie actually building Warmogs as his third item, quickly completing it. It's going to be a tanky bruiser. Something.
Yeah, it's not an AD for sure, I would say, as he did not grab a core AD flat damage item, and he does have a flash into an ultimate. Shen does place the ultimate on RG. Egg will make it out alive. The tidal wave comes down. Zerg will fall very, very quickly here, and with the damage, the last hit coming on the side of Xin Xiao, Nixwater jumps in onto Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw has no natural escape, forces to flash, but the ultimate might be able to wither Nixwater down, and ultimate comes in. Israel coming in from the sides, but will he take anyone down? I do not think so. He is in a bad position. He juked the taunt. Very good job there. The Javelin does not land, and I think things will just steady out from here. Archie will not be able to do much from this. But a great initiation from the side of Archie, just playing the AD as not an AD, more of an initiator. We see the flash right into an ultimate, and once the swap is complete, Naomi is ready with the Aqua Prison, but so was Elise. Elise immediately rappels away, but she ironically made it, but Nasus did not. So it was a 0 for 1, or was it a 0 for 2 trade coming out from there?
It was a 0 for 1 trade in the favor of Second Jokers, but they did use out a lot of ultimates, so they're forced to fall back. The next Dragon is coming up very quickly, so both teams need to be very careful where they go. And Junie being caught in the bad position. I believe he tried to plant a ward, but he got spotted out. And here we can see the turnover damage. They're going to take down QTB as well. They're going to heal back to regenerate after going out, and they're going to try to attempt for the Baron, but Nixwater says, nope, I will not allow you to do it. But he's being bursted down as well. The Crescendo misses, but in maybe because Junie is still alive. He is coming up from the base. He did buy the home guard boots. He has the lantern as well as the locket of Iron Slurry. Will he be able to make it in time? Because the overall damage output coming from SF5 is not that great currently.
Yeah, I don't think so. And with Nasus tanking it for them, they will be able to do this, no problem. They're gonna grab the Baron and move back. This is truly has been other, and the kills, especially with Nidalee, who in reality might be able to take down Elise, if not for the enemies. But right now, you can see Dragon being contested very heavily here. We have all 5 members on both teams, with the Dragon being in the middle, Dragon being the neutral. Overwatching this battle is like, okay guys, you just settle it out among yourself. Just leave me alone.
Yes, but QTV is coming in from the side. He does have his flash. He might be going for the flash taunt to hit onto everyone. But no, he just goes in for a normal taunt, hits onto Violet, but it's being brought down so easy. The tidal wave for hit onto Sona as well as SJ. I'm sorry about that. I had a misclick, so I'm moving the camera a bit off. But here we will see Stang Attack being used, and this fight is actually going into favor because of the burst damage coming out from Elise and Nisa's ultimate just chunking down onto the Saigon Jokers. And we will see Nyx Water go down in the end, most likely because of the individual that's coming up really quickly. But nope, he will decide to back off, don't want to take too much tower hits, and Urgot will fall back, and this does not bode so well for the side of the Saigon Jokers once again.
Yes, but however, the goal difference is still so little. Did SAJ manage to still... Was the Dragon still up?
The Dragon is still up, but it's because of the CS difference coming from Nyx Water as well as Shen. They had the advantage of farming throughout the game, pushing mid, pushing bot, but they haven't secured anything large for the team. And here we will see SF5 just charging right in onto the inhibitor turret, moving next onto the inhibitor, taking it down so quickly, and there's nothing much Saigon Jokers could have done about it.
Yes, and that is definitely something that SAJ is gonna regret, especially right now when they have the fight that cost them the Baron.
And now it's going to cost them even more.
It's gonna cost them even more. As with the Baron, SF5 actually won that match, even though they were equally farmed in equal goal. SF5 had the Baron buff, which gave them so much of an advantage.
Yes.
In that
Another problem coming up in this matchup is that, oh, Smite's still right there. Safety just says, okay, I'm giving you too much. I'm going to take away this blue buff. And we will see a respawn coming off from Saigon because they're trying to take down the mid, but I don't think it will be enough. But they will be forced to fall back. Look at the control arcade rush, taking down the HP a bit, but forcing them to back off by clearing up the minion waves. So Saigon Jokers is to be much more careful with their speed push and timings they opt to move out from the lanes already. There's not much coming out from Saigon Jokers in terms of damage, which is the main problem right now. I'm sorry. Because Elise, as a jungler, you can see she has a Liandry's Torment Sorcerer's Boots and now a Giant's Belt. But because of the magic penetration, is granting her so much advantage, and while KTV manages to steal the golem. And for the side of being a tanky champion, Zerg is not falling behind because of his Overwatch 2 kits as well as his ultimate. It is becoming a major problem for them to engage as well as fight. And coming from the back, the pokes of the Icebound Gauntlet as well as the ooze coming out from TQ is just stopping anything from happening. And Saigon Jokers is getting picked off one by one each time.
And Egg being a little bit in trouble here, she flashed away. She may still have her rappels, I'm not so sure about that. But right, she will have a clean escape. SF5 did try to engage onto QTV on the top lane. It is quite hard to take down a Shen, especially a Shen which has built out items this much into the game. So what do you think SAJ can do to come back from this? They are definitely not out of this as they are still very closely tailing SF5, but what is the best thing they can do right now?
They really need to speed push based on the composition they have chosen. In terms of the fights that engage, is not so great, but the tidal waves from Nami has been hitting onto important targets. But the problem coming from that is that they are not being able to burst anyone down. They really need to pick people off one by one with a hyperkinetic position reversal that Urgot has is the most important factor. They need to catch off Kog'Maw and Ezreal separately and then burst him down and then go for a team fight.
Yeah.
Nasus charging with the Wither as ultimate just stops everything. The Crescendo as well. Even though not as far range as Nami, but will do the job just well enough. And it is Cocoon, the Toxic as well as the Bites coming up. It's just chunking off so much health on the side of the Saigon Jokers because they don't have any magic resist just yet. And you can see that Safety knows that the damage coming off from TQ and Egg is just so high. He has bought 2 now Magic Mantas, and look at that. Xin Zhao actually losing the trade to Kog'Maw and is being forced to fall back and waiting for his cooldowns.
Yeah, the problem SAJ has right now is they do not have the sustained damage that ADs normally carry with them. Choosing to place Urgot as a much more of a utility role as well as a semi-off tank. This is the price they have to pay, but at the bottom lane we see a little bit of a trade between Nixwater and Zerg. It seems that Nixwater is getting the greater end of this, just poking Zerg back. And QTV going once again on Ezreal. He has an Ezreal fetish, he's not going to leave him alone. Every time Ezreal is farming in the lane, Shen will be there, Shen will be pushing him back.
Yes, he'll just go for it to try to apply as much damage as possible. You can see that Baron is actually respawning shortly, and everyone on the side of SF5 is gathered there except for Nasus. It's just regarding the top lane. You guys going to try to catch someone out of position. They do see the few pings coming up. They need to be very careful where they go. QTV dodges a cocoon, but the slow will be enough to take him down low enough and will stop him. Out of this fight, and they do a great trade, but nothing much. Actually, SF5 managing to take no HP loss at all with the Hymn of Valor coming up. Every Perseverance, I mean, and here we will see they try to go in for the kill. Nami being brought down. He just waiting for cooldowns. The bite goes out, the cocoon lands. Toxic hits Spider falls up, and the Leandris almost taking him down, and Eggs back into the spider form and safe. There's nowhere for safety to go. He just stood there in the end.
Yeah, we can see Xin Shao giving up on life at the end. He says, okay, here's where I'll just start. 3 members down on the side of SAJ, and SAJ is now pushed to the corner, but the spears are good. The spears have landing pretty well. Violet dodges that one. That could
Wait for Ellie.
on that, went straight in for the blitz attack in the middle. Not only that, they also made a very good decision at catching off Junie and then immediately capitalizing on attacking the tower in the middle lane.
Yes, and they just took all the small advantages they could and just powered it up and they won the game. So you could see the kills difference is not that large for this game, but it's actually in the end a very decisive win for the side of SF5.
Yes.
So that's it for the last game all tonight for Saigon Jokers against the Saigon Fantasy 5. Saigon Fantasy 5 takes the win, which I believe that everyone think it would not happen. So another upset has happened for today, and great jobs by both teams. So that is it for tonight. Would you like to say anything?
Yeah, I would like everyone to tune in tomorrow for the season finale. It will be the
League of Legends is played in 5 versus 5 team combat. Each player controls an individual champion, using its unique abilities to aid allies and destroy enemies. Each team has a base filled with minions, turrets, and most importantly, the Nexus. The first team to push into the enemy base and destroy their Nexus wins the game. Players kill enemy minions, turrets, and champions to acquire gold and experience, growing stronger over the course of the match. Gold purchases powerful items, while experience allows a champion to level up and improve their special abilities. The scoreboard at the top of the screen shows you how many champion kills and how much gold each team has acquired. While these numbers are good indicators of how each team is performing, the only thing that matters is the destruction of the Nexus. No game is truly over until the final seconds.